forest.
Very good. Look down at yourself. What are you wearing?
Some brown cloth outfit.
Brown cloth. Very good. Tell me more.
It's just it's like shorts and a shirt, but it's made out of the same material.
Very good. Look down at your feet. What are you wearing on your feet? Or are you barefoot?
They're barefoot.
Very good. What color are you?
I look darker complected.
Are you a girl or a boy? Male or female?
Male.
Very good. How do you feel in that body?
$13.
Very good. And what are you doing in this forest?
I'm just exploring.
Tell me more.
I like to be with the big trees.
Very good. Tell me about the trees.
They feel like friends and they're soothing. I like to hug them.
Why don't you go over and hug a tree and tell me what that feels like?
It feels good. It feels very loving and warm. I can definitely feel the energy coming from them.
Very good. And I want you to connect with this tree mentally and see if the tree can give you a message.
Just, I'm not really hearing anything, just sensing the importance of being grounded.
Very good. Very good. Now, I want you to go to the place where this boy lives.
Okay.
What does his house, or where does he live, and what does it look like?
It feels like it is on by some water, by the coast. I can't tell if it's in a village or if he's by himself with his family. Let me see. Okay, it feels like there's a village. Yeah, by the ocean.
Very good. Now get closer to this village. and see, what do the people do there?
I think they fish.
Very good. Very good. Now tell me more about your family. Who do you live with?
I feel like I'm an only child. A mom and a dad.
Are there any grandparents?
There might be somewhere in the village, but I'm not sensing them close by.
Okay. Very good.
I feel like the parents are there somewhere too, but he's by himself a lot.
So he spends the majority of his time alone.
Yes.
Okay. How does he feel about that?
Good. He's very connected to the forest. He seems to gallivant through there often, goes and plays and has a big imagination. Maybe this is frowned upon a little bit in his village. That he should be focused on fishing and the tasks that they do around the village. But he just likes to go be by himself where he feels his best.
Very good. I want to fast forward this young man's life in 3, 2, 1 to his early 20s. What is he doing now?
I think he has a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Just feels an overwhelming love for her.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. What does he do in his early 20s? What is his job?
It feels like he fishes. But when he's not doing that, he's in the forest a lot. And I don't know if it's his girlfriend, she loves the forest because she sees, I guess, like the twinkle in his eye from the connections that he gets in there and the fulfillment that she too has started to love it as well.
Very good. I want to fast forward this young man's life to his 30s in 3, 2, 1. What is he doing now?
He feels like he's still there, but he longs to travel to go find something else to do that would make his heart happier. So yeah, just a little bit of frustration.
Does he feel stuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. I want to fast forward until his 40s in 3, 2, 1.
Seems to be wearing, I guess, more dressed up clothing. Maybe some kind of a salesman of some sort. Really, it feels like he likes to enjoy, or he enjoys speaking and talking to people.
What does he speak about?
Let's see. I'm not quite sure. It almost feels like it's not important, and it's not necessarily anything that he loves, but he does enjoy going and seeing different people in different places, and uh, he likes the exploration of being able to go to different places.
Very good. Very good. I want you to take me to the last moment of this man's life.
Feels like he's in a bed surrounded by his family. I think he had kids. Be with the same lady as earlier. He feels fulfilled and happy that he was able to explore, just experience something different than what is usually laid out for in the village. Just that he took his own path.
What is he passing away from?
I think it's just old age.
Very good.
Yeah, it just feels like it's time. Yeah, nothing too drastic. Just it's the end and it's time.
Very good. I want you to allow him to take his last breath in that life and allow his soul to disconnect from his body. And I would like you to tell me where his soul goes.
Feels like it's above the earth.
Very good.
Just weightlessness, almost like in space.
Very good. Tell me more.
Feels so free.
I want you to connect with his energy body in space. And allow him to tell you what he's feeling in this moment.
Something like he's just expressing how we all are meant to be this free. We can all feel this free all the time if we wish. To not be burdened by things that seem like they are in your way, because they are not. Just that letting go is important. Just a lot of ease and detachment. It feels good.
Very good. Now, why was it important for them to show us this life today? What is the connection between him and Marissa?
There's definitely parallels. Marisa just wants to feel free and be detached, but feels overwhelmed and it feels like she can't. And is afraid of what's going to happen if she does.
How can we help her today? What can we do for her since you're in spirit and you have the bird's eye view?
She needs to be able to let go. She tries to control things or think things have to be a certain way, or the expectations feel overwhelming from outside of her. They're 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 not, those things aren't really there. I think puts them on herself. Just helping her know that she is free and she is free to explore and do what her heart is guiding her to do.
Very good. So, where are those feelings and those emotions located in her body?
In her heart and in her guts.
Okay, so I want to go to her heart and her guts. And Marisa, I need you to help me. I want you to put your hand on your stomach and your heart. Very good. And with the help of our friend, our guide who's in spirit, I would like you to bring up all those emotions from your heart, from your tummy. Any of emotions of blockages, any emotions of fear, lack of self-confidence. What other emotions are there?
Distrust.
Distrust. Very good. What else?
Just fear, anxiety,
Fear,
loneliness.
anxiety, loneliness. Very good. I want you to bring up all those feelings out of your heart, out of your stomach, and into your release. And you let me know when it's all there.
It's there.
Very good. And with one swift motion, I want you to take your two hands and fling it out into the universe. Very good. Very good. Now, I want us to fill up the heart and the tummy with something because now we have a little hole there. What would you like to fill it up with today?
Love and
Very
trust.
good. Love. Let's put some love, some trust in there. What else?
Knowing.
Knowing. Very good. What else can we put in there?
Safety.
Safety. Wonderful. Let's put some fearlessness in there,
Yeah. Courage. For sure.
courage, some confidence, more self love, some peace. And I would like to also ask Gaia to come in, Mother Earth, and fill you up with her beautiful golden light. So I want you to imagine a beautiful golden light coming up from the earth and filling up your heart and your stomach with her beautiful golden light. Feels so warm, so tingly. And wherever you had a little hole, fills it right up. You let me know when she's done. Very good. Very good. Now I also want to ask our friend who is in spirit to assist us with a body scan on Marisa's body. I would like to scan her head. Do you see anything in her head that we need to work on today?
Yes.
What is it? What is in her head?
Feels like a heavy block.
Very good.
Heavy weight.
Where is it located in her head?
Right in the middle.
Okay, so let's go to her head. And I want you to put your hand on your head. Very good. And I want you to pull up all those blockages, all those self-limiting beliefs holding you back. Anything that is holding you back from your soul purpose. And I want you to pull it out. Visualize weeds and you're pulling them out through the roots. And as you're pulling them out, you're sprinkling this beautiful, warm, twinkly light on top of them. Let me know when it's all in your hand.
Okay.
Very good. And I want you to send it out into the universe to be reabsorbed. Very good. Very good. And now I would like to ask Source, the Creator, to come in with his beautiful white light and bathe your head and your crown chakra in white light, and to fill in any gaps, any holes in your head where the blockages were, and fill them up with that beautiful white light of Source. And as this light is going in, all your brain nerves and cells, your synapses, they're all starting to twinkle, and you feel new electricity forming in your brain so that you can have new wonderful ideas, and that your cells can be revitalized once again. Very good. Thank you, Source. Now I would like to ask our friend to continue with the body scan. Friend, do you see anything else in her head?
Just, in the throat.
In the throat. Tell me what's in the throat.
Just a block of some sort.
Where's this block from? Tell me more about this block.
Maybe just from holding back too much.
Very good.
It's become a pattern.
Very good. So, what can we do today to help her throat? What do you suggest?
I think just recalibrating it
Very good.
for some alignment should help.
Very good. Now, I have a question. Are you her spirit guide? Who am I speaking to now? Who is assisting me now in this moment?
Her higher self.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, higher self. So, I would like to have her throat recalibrated. If you would please assist me with that now.
Yes. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. Now let's continue down the body. Now I would like you to scan her from her shoulders to her stomach. Anything that we need to work on there?
Yes.
Okay, tell me where.
There seems to be blockage in her heart behind her heart.
Tell me what it looks like, please.
Oh, I'm just kind of seeing like a black mist.
Very good. So let's get a vacuum. Let's get a vacuum. I would like you to visualize a vacuum, vacuuming all that dark mist out of your heart that doesn't belong there. We have the most highest capacity vacuum. It's able to suck every little portion of that darkness out of there, not leaving any remnants behind, so that your heart is clear and open and ready to love and serve as the beautiful person that you are. Let me know when they're done.
Okay.
Very good. Now, what can we fill up her heart with?
Like white light would be beneficial.
Very good. So let's do that. Let's ask Source one more time to come through and fill up that heart with this beautiful, warm, white light. And you feel warm and tingly. And your heart feels so good, so amazing, so full of love and light. Let me know when you're done.
complete.
Very good. Thank you so much. Now let's continue. Anything else from her shoulders to her abdomen that we need to look at today?
Her stomach
Okay, tell me what's going on in her stomach.
feels tight,
Tell me more.
like knotted up.
Okay, where is this coming from?
From nervousness and anxiety.
Anything connected with a past life?
I'm not sure.
That's okay. That's okay. Let's work on the stomach.
Okay.
Now, those knots, that nervousness, that anxiety, that doesn't serve you in any way. That doesn't help you fulfill your purpose in this lifetime.
No.
So we're going to remove that today. And I want you to pull up all that energy. Pull it all up out of your tummy. And I want you to really, really take a deep look inside those intestines, that stomach area, all those guts, and pull out all that energy that doesn't serve you into your hands. That nervousness, that anxiety, those knots. Pull it up all into your hand. Let me know when you have it.
Okay.
Very good. I want you to send it out into the universe. Very good. Excellent. Now let's fill up that tummy with a warm yellow light. Fill up that tummy with a warm yellow light. Imagine that yellow light coming down from the heavens and bathing that abdomen in and out, swooshing in and out of your intestines, your stomach, all your guts, in and out, blasting all the organs with this warm, yellow, healing light, filling up any little cracks, any little holes, anything that needs to be repaired, anything that needs to be unknotted. Everything will go back to its original form.
Yes, that feels better.
Very good. Very good. Let's continue. Anything else in the stomach area that we need to work on?
Feels like there's something else lower.
Okay. Tell me more.
It feels uneasy. Feels out of balance.
Okay. What? Tell me exactly where.
I want to say the ovaries and bladder
Okay.
area.
So I'm going to ask the higher self to realign the ovaries and the bladder and to make sure they're in the correct position. If those organs are feeling uneasy, they will be returned back to their easy state of being so they may function properly.
It almost feels like it's hiding something.
Okay. Let's go deeper.
Something hiding.
Let's lend your voice to the ovaries and the bladder. I want you to lend your lips to them in 3, 2, 1. Ovaries and bladder, tell me what's going on, please.
Trauma.
Trauma. Is there anything, any negative energy or entity in this ovary or bladders in this moment?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to lend your lips to the entity in 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hello.
Who are you? What are you doing there?
I'm taking powerful energy for myself.
I see. And how long have you been there?
Oh, quite some time. For a long time.
So, what are you doing there? Because I don't think that Marissa has given you, power over here. And last time I checked, we have free will, and you have to ask permission before you enter into anyone's energy space.
She opened herself up once or twice.
Yes, but she didn't give you permission.
That's correct. She didn't.
Have you ever had a body?
I think so. A long time ago.
And how did you die?
Not really sure.
That's okay. Well, I can help you. I'm so glad you showed up today because I can show you how you can go to the light. Do you want me to show you?
Yes.
Very good. I want you to look into a little place in your heart. It's like a little flicker, a little candle. The light might be going out, but it's still there. And I want you to look for that little flicker. And I want you to really enhance that light to maximum capacity. Can you do that?
Yes.
Very good. I want you to enhance it so much that you're able to flow out of her body.
Okay.
Very good. Now I want you to look up and see your family waiting for you in the light. And I want you to follow them.
I feel kind of stuck.
Where are you stuck?
Somewhere in the uterus or around the uterus. I feel like I'm meant to stay here. Like my mission is to block. Like I was given the duty to block and take.
Well, let's ask Marissa in 3, 2, 1. Marissa, do you give permission to this entity to stay in your uterus?
No.
Very good. And 3, 2, 1. Now, do you see? You have no permission, so you must go.
Okay.
Very good. Now, I would like you to apologize for using her body and taking her energy, and I would like you to return all her energy back to her, please.
Okay, I'm detaching.
Very good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you return all her energy that you stole back to her, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Very good. I want you to brighten up your light in your heart. Brighten it up so bright that you're able to float out of her body. And when you look up, you'll see your family waiting for you.
Yes, the ease and the releasing is overtaking me.
Very good. Was she able to find her family in the light?
I think so.
Very good. Now let's make sure. I want you to double check. I want you to look up and make sure that she went to the light.
It feels mostly gone, but there might be just a lingering of something up.
Okay. So let's ask Source to come in, and whatever there, if there's any remnants of any blockages or anything that she left behind, we're gonna blast that out with white light.
Okay.
So I want Source to come through this beautiful, powerful white light from above and just blast that area with white light. And if you see anything suspicious, you just blast it with the white light.
I was feeling better.
Very good. Very good. Wonderful. Now let's ask the higher self to take another look at that ovary and that uterus and see if there's anything else we need to work on there.
There's more work to be done. Not with the same thing or attachment, but feels like there's something that Marisa needs to know.
Mm-hmm. What does Marisa need to know today?
That area.
Tell me what Marisa needs to know, please.
Just that despite anything that has happened, she doesn't have specifics, but that her power is her own. It is not to be shared with others. I think she got used to sharing it. And the change of her encompassing it all as herself for herself feels a little different. But it is her own power. It's not for anyone else but her and her mission and how she wants to use it.
Very good. Very good.
No one can take that power anymore.
Very good. Wonderful. Now let's continue with our body scan. Now I want to look at from her hips down to her toes. Anything we need to work on in those areas.
They were affected, but they are clearing themselves now.
Excellent.
The tingling is rushing down through her legs.
Wonderful.
She feels the grounding now.
Can we give her some extra grounding with Mother Gaia as well?
Yes.
Very good.
She's starting finally to feel the support that has been here for her.
Very good.
She could probably use a restroom break to release the final bit.
Absolutely. In 3, 2, 1, you're going to open your eyes, wide awake, able to use the restroom and come back and be in a deep state.
Okay.
You're doing great.
I will be back.
Yes, honey.
Okay.
You're doing great.
There kind of feels to be an uneasement, just a little bit in down in that area, but it seems to be relaxing.
Okay, let's take a look at it. I want you to feel into your body. I want you to feel into that area and see what else. Is there anything else we need to do for that area today?
It feels like having some clarity on what is going on in this area might bring about healing.
Okay.
There has been something that she senses but has not known for sure. Very like monitoring of this area.
Does this have anything to do with the hybridization program that she has questions on?
Yes.
Very good. Now, is there any kind of monitoring tool, chip, implant in this area?
I think so, yes.
Very good. So I want to ask, for this, we need all our guides. We need Gaia, we need Source to come through, higher self. And I want you to really take a look at that area and tell me where exactly is that located, and if it's okay for us to remove it today.
It feels like it's in the uterus area.
Mm-hmm.
There's hesitation of removal because of contracts.
Okay. So do you have a contract with these beings that you were going to do this hybridization program with them? Did you agree to this prior to coming here?
Yes.
Okay. Is it okay for you to break that contract today? Or do you have more to complete?
I still feel involved. But I feel okay with participating.
Okay.
But the unknown is maybe what is confusing, because I sense something there, but haven't really been able to know what for sure. So
Let's ask them. I want the guys to take you to the moment where you made this soul contract and you agreed to do this. In 3, 2, 1. Take me to that time or place prior to this incarnation where you decided you would take on this mission.
okay. I saw the necessity for the evolution of humans to participate. I was excited to participate. I picked a family lineage that had been participating. This is part of my purpose here.
This is an important part of
Yes.
this incarnation. Very good.
Yes.
And who are you participating with? Who are these other beings?
They just feel like some of it feels like other soul family and guides, and others just feel like watchers, or those whose mission is to facilitate this.
So when you come to this agreement, who is in the room with you? Is it you, your guides? Who's making these determinations?
It's me. It seems to be a council of some sort.
I want you to go deeper into this.
Okay.
Who is this council?
I'm not sure the name
That's okay.
exactly of the council, but
How many are in the council?
Right now I am sensing 5 that I am directly connected with, but it's a much bigger, much bigger thing going on. There's different councils for different things. Um,
Can you see what they look like?
It's a little hard to tell, but I am sensing.
Use your mind's eye. Feel into their energy. Use your knowing.
Definitely extraterrestrial type beings. Some are not so clear, but others I recognize. I want to say grays, but it's not the grays. Zeta. I see a Zeta being.
Very good. Tell me more.
As I'm interacting with this council, there's no fear or anything with this.
Very good.
But how Marisa grew up, her naivety, her shelteredness, there's a part of her childlike self inside. That feels a little confused. We have been monitoring her since she was young. She has sensed us for a long time. She would wake up in the middle of the night with fear. She has had fear of the dark for some time. She has always sensed something there, but never knew how to talk to her family about this. And so there was the start of the shutdown for her.
So, who was it that was visiting at night? Was it you? Was it the council?
The council, and just, yes, those that work with her.
Okay.
She has a prime DNA.
Tell me more about this DNA, please.
She has what is needed in her DNA for the evolution of mankind. She feels like she knows this, but she doesn't know this.
Can you assist
almost
her?
Like an unworthiness.
Can you assist her with a greater sense of her knowing and stepping into her power and remembering who she is? Thank you. And who am I speaking with at this moment? Are you part of the council?
This is her higher self, and I am a part of the council.
Very good. That's what I thought. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. She is connected to me more than she is willing to admit.
Very good.
She laughs because she feels the release of the strain of the resistance that she has. because she has felt feelings of unworthiness all of her life. So she felt that maybe somewhere it wasn't true, even though she's been told a lot, numerous times, of her connections here. I am participating willingly.
Very good.
And am happy to do so. However, the human aspect finds challenges with this as it feels intrusive. She yes, there's just parts of her that feels that she has been violated in some way, but does not know where these violations are taking place, whether it was physically by someone close to her. She never could quite grasp that, or if it was truly just this hybrid program.
Yeah, she can understand.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Now we have a couple of questions today. Is that okay that I ask them?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. So we already discussed the hybridization program. Is there anything else she should know about that program? She's been told that she has 2 daughters within this program.
Yes. There feels to be a longing to see exactly what happened and where they are at and where she goes from here.
So she longs for these children.
Yes, some type of connection. It can get emotionally confusing for her with her current children, and knowing how to balance the physicality with the multidimensionality of her beingness, as this is continued to be integrated into her physicality.
Can you tell us more about the process of the program? What is the process of implantation and removal of these children?
So there are different ways. Okay, so she came into her womanhood early. At this time, she was very frightened. Somewhere inside of her, she knew something was up. And so
When was the first time she was taken?
She's bouncing around right now between knowing and not.
That's okay. That's okay. Let's send a little ease to her mind and her heart so she can be more comfortable knowing.
Feels like she was taken possibly before she hit her womanhood,
Mm-hmm.
just for pre-diagnostics or pre-information of some sort. But when the process really started was around 10 or 11.
Okay. You can
And
explain that process to us, please, today.
okay.
Thank you.
So the process can be frightening because it can be very mechanical in its nature. There are those beings that are assisting that have a job, and their job is the insemination, the implantation, the retrieval. So she senses the retrieval as somewhat a harder experience, as she was very sheltered in her younger years, that something like this would be very, very, very invasive. She was taught younger, she was brought up very religious, and therefore anything to do with the sexual nature was extremely repressed and sheltered, especially at this age. And so when they went in for the retrieval, although it feels maybe not with it all the way, it felt very invasive to be in that area. And almost damning to her soul, as she felt her soul on the religious front. But it was just part of her contract. Yes, so they go in and they take the egg. And then they re-put it in after it's been inseminated. That's the right term. And then it feels like one of them she possibly carried, and the other one was just taken to be developed in a lab. So maybe when she was younger, it was taken from her and it was developed in a lab. The other one feels like it was possibly in her womb for a period of time and then taken out.
And after they take out these babies, what do they do with them?
They are put in chambers where they will develop to the point where they can survive on their own. They themselves are in a program.
Are they well taken care of?
Yes, they are, but it's not the same. It's different. It's very mission oriented for them. Yeah, very mission oriented. They know of their purpose as soon as they can understand. They are very highly intelligent.
And these beings, or these children of hers, will she ever have contact with them in the future?
Yes,
Very good.
yes, that is part of the plan. And she is an ambassador of sorts. She's a connector, she's a bridge. But she does need to clear herself and fully encompass. She has thought she has encompassed this, but there are parts of her that still need to be fully integrated into this.
So how can we help her integrate fully into this today? Or get her on her way there? What can we do for her?
Yes, the clearing of blocks has been a wonderful start, as well as the clear understanding.
Very good. So we're on our way.
Yes, she is very much more connected with me than she realizes. We are in tandem a lot, but she can pity herself in certain situations and loses that connection. I am always here, but the connection is not always as clear for her when she's in her human state and not in her higher state where it's more balanced and where she can see this. She has seen these things before and understood, but hasn't been able to fully take it in as she is now.
Very good.
So it will just be a continued process of trust. Trust is the main thing that she will need to focus on.
Very good.
As she has had some distrust in her life.
And how will she be able to connect with you more easily?
Just the raising of the vibration, the letting go of the lower density that she feels she has to hold on to at times because she feels it's keeping her safe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. It's doing the opposite. In fact, it is pulling her away from her mission. The more she worries, the more distrust, the more she's not willing to open herself up fully.
Okay. So more letting go
Yes.
and trusting herself.
Yes.
Very good. So she has these little snaps of different dreams and being on different spaceships. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so these these are times she has remembered being on ships. She has been on a multitude of different ships. She recalls being on a ship with her immediate family she has now, and being on ships with other people that are in the program, and also bigger ships. All these ships you can always see out into space. There's a lot of learning that is taking place during dreams.
She's also dreaming about being in a class a lot.
Yes.
What is she learning in these classes?
What's next?
Okay.
There will be big shifts that are happening and will happen on Earth. Galactic shifts where Earth won't be as sheltered in the veils that they are now, as those are lifting now. And the galactic neighborhood is coming together. She has always worked in this realm, but for her human to better understand it, it is presented to her as a classroom where she is learning where we are going next and what she is to do next. The confusing part for her is she dreams of a couple people specifically that tend to be there a lot from her childhood.
And whatever feelings and memories you had will just be a distant memory, a distant dream. Very good. Now let's continue. Is there any other people in her past that she's dreaming about that we need to look at today?
No, none that are affecting her negatively in that way, that are disrupting her.
Now she gets really visceral visions during the day of moments of past dreams, sometimes flashes of multiple dreams within a second, and she can't really understand what they're about. Can you help us with this?
Mm-hmm. Um, the feels like a lingering possible past life connections that are maybe not in her highest benefit that she could release
Okay.
to help her move forward.
So I want to ask the higher self to help us to release those things today that do not serve her, that are holding her back, those past life emotions, where she's getting these visions in the day and flashes of dreams. Just remove that from her mind. Any emotions, any feelings that come with that as well. dream time seems busy. What else is she doing that she's not consciously aware of?
She is helping others to prepare for the changes that are coming up. She is clearing things for herself and for others. She's a teacher herself in dream time.
What is she teaching?
She is helping people to release those things that are holding them back.
Very good.
She has a strong desire to help as many people as she can for the changes and the switches coming up. She has worked as a middle person of sorts. She has been told this, helping to bring together negative and positive aspects, entities, to a more harmonious balance that assists with transitioning of powers.
Very good. That's a big job. How is she doing with that job?
She does well, and she's this is a second nature to her. However, her human aspect has taken a moment to catch up with it.
So will her human aspect catch up?
Yes. Yes. A great jump has happened today.
Excellent. Thank you.
Great solidifying of this knowledge and energy of the progression within her has been opened up to continue.
She also wants to know, are there any past lives that are relevant to know or that are currently affecting her positively or negatively?
The pyramids are in her mind's eye currently.
Oh, tell me more.
She senses a connection with Egypt as she was there. At a time like there was a great grounding of energy that was taking place that she was assisting with during that time. It feels like she's had lots of past lives where she has just been a conduit for the energy.
Okay.
This life too. She's an energy conduit. And so specifics of life don't really come up for her because they are not necessarily relevant to get lost in the details, but more of just the continued journey that her soul has been on and her assistance for what is taking place on earth.
She also feels like something happened to her that's greatly affecting her life, but she's not sure what it is, some kind of trauma. She doesn't know this life or past life, but she's not sure if it has anything to do with the hybrid program or something else.
There's a part of her that has wondered if somebody close to her did something to her or something, just that she feels like she can't remember. The hybridization program is the majority of it.
So she hasn't had anyone harm her when she was younger, abuse her in any way, cause trauma to her body.
Still feels unknown.
Should she get more information about that today? Is she ready to know about that today?
She has felt ready since the beginning of this journey to know what it is, but also feels that it might change things dramatically and doesn't want it to pull her into a lower state.
Is it beneficial for her to know this information?
It feels the specifics don't feel beneficial. As the subject comes up, the discomfort arises for sure. This part of her is where she starts to second guess.
Well, I want you to step into your knowing, that part of you that can tap into the universal mind, that part that you have all the answers to, that part of you that knows, that has all the knowledge, that part of you that doesn't second guess yourself. and step into that and go deeper and deeper into that. And put your ego to the side. The part of you that says you can't do this, the part of you that second guesses yourself, just put that to the side.
Just feels like the family she grew up with, her close family, possibly even grandparents that she was around a lot when she was younger, in their states of unknowing, cultivated a sense of distrust within herself by the things that they said to her, or the energy that they held, as she was very, very sensitive. She has always been intensely sensitive to the point of taking on things that are not hers to take on. So, yes, it has been a taking on of things that are from those that she loved the most when she was younger, and attempting to transmute those things in the way that she knew as a child. But these things ended up closing her up somewhat. And so that is how she has been wronged in a way.
Okay. So more of an emotional trauma than a physical.
Yes, yes.
So how can we heal that inner child? What can we do? Can we send healing to that inner child now?
Yes.
Very good. So I want you to imagine yourself as that little child, absorbing other people's energies, other people's belief systems, things that were not yours. And I want you to give it back to them today. And I want you to take back your innocence, your childlike self, your imagination, everything that makes you up as a child. Take back your power today. And I want you to bring that right into the adult self to empower you, to give you clarity, to balance you. So that means you continue this great work, this great mission that you have in this incarnation.
She is feeling the sense of forgiveness from her child self now. She has had a hard time fully connecting with her childlike self.
Very good.
And her relationships with her parents. She's feeling the dissipation.
So we need to forgive
Now,
her parents and her grandparents as well.
it would be beneficial to acknowledge that and to take a moment to to fully release that energy. Yes, those are things that are holding her back, is somewhat of an anger deep down.
Very good. So I want to take a moment and I want to ask that you visualize your parents and your grandparents in front of you. And I want you to imagine you saying to them, I forgive you. And I want you to say it out loud with me. I forgive you.
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 And with those words, you feel those feelings dissipate and run off of your body, almost like a cool shower. All those emotions running off of your body in a rush and going down into the earth to be dissipated, to become light and love, and to be transmuted out into the universe. Those feelings don't belong to you anymore. Those feelings used to belong to a little girl. You're not that little girl anymore. Or this powerful, amazing, strong woman with purpose. Tell me what you're feeling now.
Relief. That has been a heavy anchor in her for some time.
Let's take a look at her heart chakra. How is her heart chakra feeling in this moment?
It feels like it's easing by the second.
Very good. Very good. But I just want to ask that we have all of the angels come in from the angelic realm and give you some extra healing on that heart today. So if you need anything extra to release in the next coming days, weeks, months, that they assist us with this and that they slowly pour beautiful green light energy into that heart chakra so that every day it may be full of energy and love and vitality. Anything negative, any emotions that you feel can be transmuted out instantly. Let me know when they're done.
Okay.
Very good. Now let's continue. How is your body feeling in this moment? Are you okay?
Yes.
Very good. So at times she has troubles of feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, anxiety, depression in the last couple of years. She feels her focus is scattered. She doesn't know where to focus. There's a lot of stimulus coming in of the non-physical, as well as balancing that constant attention with the physical reality because of her children. She would like to get to a place of more clarity of her purpose and balance between the aspects of her life. Can you tell us more about this?
Yes. Part of what she just cleared was part of those feelings that she was having. As she has been on this journey, she has continually asked for growth and evolution. And with that, these clearings have had to take place. These ones specifically have been harder for her, even though she did recognize them. They were harder for her to release. So as this release has been taking place, and as she continues forward, she will feel more ease. And as the blocks have been disconnected, she will have less anxiety and be able to recognize her connection to me as we integrate into one from this point forward.
Very good. Thank you. Is there any healing that we need to send to her ancestors?
Yes, there is still some healing that could take place.
Okay.
There has been a lot that she has done, but there it could be some more
Okay, very good.
that could take place.
So let's send some pink healing energies from source. Beautiful pink light healing energy. And I want you to visualize all your ancestral patterns, any generational cycles holding you back, anything that needs to be fully nurtured and loved. I want you to send that pink light all the way back through all those lines, as far back as you can remember. And visualize that pink line passing through all those ancestors and clearing all those patterns, those beliefs, those things that don't vibrate on the most highest timeline with this incarnation. So that you and your children, your children's children, and their children can always vibrate in the most high.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Now, she has a question about parenting in the most high vibe way. There's not a lot of spiritual teachers out there with children. It's very hard to navigate in this, all these changes in this reality. What advice can you give her?
The best thing she can do is always remember her center, which is her heart. When she gets most confused is when she gets out of balance and is mostly in her head and trying to keep up with expectations that even she has set for herself that are more from her human aspect and not from the inspiration that is within her. So to connect with her heart, and also she recognizes the power of holding space for other people, as she has witnessed that from other people for her as well. Her relationship with her husband has been a great example of this. The tandemness between them has propelled them into some great awakenings that are still continuing, and this will be the same case for her children as she focuses on the highest potential and the highest love and remembers to encompass this as much as she can. Everything that she needs will come to her at the right timing. There was a point in her awakening where she had a lot of sight and vision, just as her higher self, as I am. And she has felt she has lost this over the years somewhat, but is re-recognizing and reconnecting to that higher energy as she releases these lower density attachments that have been worked up through her system. Everything is in perfect timing. She is on the right course and is in the right place with her children. And she recognizes and definitely sees, as these things are being healed in her body, that this will translate to her mothering. It's just going to trying to find the words. She just is encompassing her whole self more, and within that, she sees the trust and can trust the timing and the guidance, and she won't get ahead of herself like she does where she feels like she's lost.
Very good. So she's doing a good job.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Now she wants to know who she is, as she's undergone many transformations and perspective changes over the years, and it's been increasingly harder to have a solid opinion, as she can see, feel, and understand all sides of things, as well as know her human place. But since perspectives can be great with no knowledge and integration with what she sees, how can she be okay with not really attaching to a personality structure and an ego at times? And what can she learn about herself from a soul perspective to better ground herself into this reality as a true self?
The one thing that is consistent in her life is the fluidity that is becoming apparent of her life. Yes, it can be difficult to relate to other people that have very firm personality structures and egoic structures, but she also sees through to how these are not beneficial to her, as they block her from the higher vision. Um, um, as she grounds more of this higher energy and this higher self, she will feel less lost. It's been the push away from the higher self, as she has been feeling the lower emotions, that has confused her as to who she is. She knows who she is and understands her multidimensional nature.
Very
As
good.
yes, that is where she operates mostly, is from a multidimensional nature, but sometimes she can dip as she wants to relate more with other people.
Is it possible to integrate all her other selves so that she doesn't feel so scattered or fragmented, so that she's more solid in herself?
Yes, it would be beneficial for her human self to fully recognize all of her past lives and who she has been, as as the conduit of source energy. And she will begin to feel less lost within herself as we integrate more together.
Is there a time frame for that happening?
It has been happening, and yes, she recognizes the journey, but also recognizes the integration. She does see it, and she feels at peace with the journey of it. And giving a time period is kind of hard, just because the multidimensional self doesn't work like that.
Okay.
But since she is able to tap into this, and she's tapped in, she's okay. She's okay with the process.
Okay.
And just letting it happen, and just
allowing things to
yes.
unfold.
Yes, because she in the past has been very impatient, and feel can block herself in a sense, but this today is helping her see a little more clearly where the integration is happening.
Wonderful. Now she has a lot of ideas that she wants to move forward and feel excited, as well as have a strong desire to connect with people. And she has felt this her whole life, but she feels a little shut down in the last few years and feels terrified. And she also tends to self sabotage, feel blocked, overanalyzes, and diverts because she feels, she has fear of other people's opinions. What can she do to overcome these frustrating cycles?
She needs to get out there in her own terms. So she recognizes how meeting people at their level has not been beneficial to her and can overwhelm her as she takes on the energy of them. Um, but if she loves interacting with people. She definitely feels a draw to that and understands her role and importance of holding energy for them. And so, if she can remember this as a higher idea, then she can overcome her insecurities, as those insecurities mean nothing in the grander scale of what is happening and what is she is assisting with. The store idea that she has had with her husband, where they are able to freely create high vibrational things and work with high vibrational crystals and come in contact with those people, that it will draw in those people to her if she can just continue on with this idea. Today will help unblock her a lot to do this. But yes, just continuing on with those inspirations that she is excited about will help her, because it is like she is providing that middle ground that is comfortable for her and her soul, and all the progress that she has made to meet with the other people that she is attracting or feel attracted to her or her family, that she can help.
Wonderful. So, is it okay to say that there'll be a store in the future for her?
Yes, this would be very beneficial for her. It would be a great outlet for her to move the vast amounts of energy that is coming through her. It would help balance her as a person so she isn't um, consumed with the motherhood and those responsibilities. It will just help balance her in all aspects, because she's very unbalanced right now. She feels like she has to give herself completely, and she loses so much energy, and it's just not directed where it needs to be. But she understands that this is a way to direct it. So just some sort of, yes, a store, because that is also going to help her family reach the level of freedom that they are seeking to live on their own terms as well. So her husband can join her, and they can, yeah, just live their life in their own terms.
Wonderful. Is there any other message that she needs to receive today that we didn't touch up on?
Yes, she needs to always remember that she does have help around her. She has felt very lonely in the past, and it has been somewhat of a cycle that was disconnected today, where she felt misunderstood as a child. And that has just been something that has followed her throughout her life, in a sense of loneliness. And that tends to spiral her into an area where she feels she is unreachable. We are always there, but it is up to her to maintain the energy that she desires to be a part of. And she does desire the highest for herself. And so for her specifically, knowing who and what is around her helping her is maybe not necessary, because it's important for her to make that connection within herself and connect fully to me, or me as my higher self. So the specifics of who and what is around her is not important. To remember that, and to also just remember the vast amount of love and energy that is around her that she can tap into at all times. She has felt the high energy come through her, and she does recognize it, and sees how it does affect people. And so just knowing that she does have a team around her, we are always here for her. We are directly connected to Source. We are directly connected to you. Don't forget the experiences you have had in the past where you have felt things literally out of this world. That I am as big as those things that I have felt.
Can you show her a mental picture, a vision of how big she really is, how powerful a being she really is? Can you show her her true form?
Yes, she is co-creating intensely the positive changes that are occurring currently.
Very good.
Yes, she feels the oneness of all.
Can we just take her on a journey to source energy? In 3, 2, 1. I want you to feel the vastness of your connection to source energy. Feel the fullness, the wholeness of what it is to feel this energy. Tell me what it feels like. Tell me what you see.
It feels like everything, nothing is impossible. Everything is created from love. As I continue forward, I will continue to create from love as the lower emotions have dissipated now. The connection is strong, and it is all encompassing all around you. It is unforgettable. And it is everything.
I want you to feel these feelings energetically, and I want you to implant them in all of your cells, in all of your nerves, in all of your body, in all of your tissues. And I want you to carry this with you on your journey back down to that beautiful forest that we originated from. But before we go, I just want to ask your guides and your higher self, is there anything else we need to look at, discuss, or are we complete today?
She is reconnected. I am reconnected. Therefore, we are complete.
Very good. Very good. Now, with this new revitalized energy from Source, I want us to go back to that beautiful landscape. And I want to thank all of those personalities that came through today, all of the spirit guides, the angels, the star family, the family members, the loved ones, the higher self, all of those who were connected today. And I would like you to go ahead and disconnect from all of that. And I want you to go back to your beautiful landscape, that forest where you felt the most at peace. And I want you to envision a beautiful cocoon of golden light waiting for you there to bathe you in the light of Source, of God, of Mother Gaia, restoring your energy back to its original form and giving you a power boost. And I'm going to count you from 1 to 5. And when I get to 5, you will open your eyes with complete control of your mind.